Hi people. Due to the numerous earthquakes and the numerous storms and the floods, our power has repeatedly gone out for the last few weeks. And I finally just got internet service back on my home, but I still barely have internet service on my phone. So I am recording this video, which I hope I will be able to upload today. Before I record this video, I would like to say that while I do have a green thumb, I did not grow these beautiful plants. I bought this plant at Grocery Outlet, and it's an alocasia. I'm pretty sure it's alocasia poly, which is why I wrote a question mark on the tag under poly, and the leaves are turning brown, but it's spreading new growth. And because I have never grown an alocasia before, I would appreciate if somebody would give me advice on how to stop these leaves from turning brown and dying. I would also like to say that the person who ordered me plants from an Etsy seller as a Christmas present bought plants from an Etsy seller who should win an award for being the best Etsy seller ever. Because look at this Monstera Deliciosa plant. Just look at this for a second. I thought I was going to get a cutting, hopefully rooted. This plant must be like 30 or 40 years old. Look at this. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And I think this Etsy seller should not only have a 10-star rating, but like a 10,000 star rating. Can you please take this and put this elsewhere? Very carefully. Put it on the washing machine or the dryer if there's not clothes on it. I also think the Etsy seller is awesome because to make sure the plants didn't get too dry, she put like a wet paper towel around each one and also a wet newspaper. And this is one of the pieces of newspaper that she sent me. It was a Vietnamese American woman who sent me these plants, and these were something that was ordered for me as a replacement for something that didn't come as a Christmas present. She sells rare Vietnamese herbs and houseplants, but look at this. It's like if you want to unwrap the newspaper, the wet newspaper wrapped around the plant to keep it moist, dry it, and you happen to speak Vietnamese, you can then read it. This lady literally deserves a 2,000 star review. So without further ado, I would like to say that it is time to prepare to plant my spring flower garden. And every year I go through my seed collection and I do a little viability test because I have seeds that I bought last year, and I have seeds that I bought 10 years ago, and I have seeds that I bought 20 years ago, and I have seeds that people gave me in like baggies that only say like the name of what the plant is and do not say like when they were packed. And I have seeds that me and other people collected from home gardens. So every year I go through my seed collection, and I have found that certain companies' seeds have a really good viability rate even if they're like 20 years old, and other companies' seeds really actually do expire like on the date or before the date that they say they're going to in the package. So right now I'm going to read a few seed packages and say what they say on the label. You have to come in and bring me a bag in a few seconds, so you better get off the phone. I have right here a bag of expired seeds from my seed collection. And I was thinking about opening these packages up and planting a few seeds from each one to see if the seeds were still viable. But then I looked at them and I started to read what it said in the labels. So really quickly, I'm going to show you what I have in here because I told Evelyn she could help me plant a flower garden today. And due to an unfortunate series of events, we were not able to plant the flower garden today, but we did prepare like a whole tray with a bunch of little like sections where you can plant a bunch of little seeds to plant this flower garden, and we're probably going to plant it tomorrow. So I am going to show you really quickly what some of the flowers we might be planting are and what some of the flowers we are not going to be planting are. Because there are certain seeds in this box that I am not going to plant with my 4-year-old daughter. And some of them appear to be like not as dangerous as they are based on what's written on the label. What I need you to do is I need like, I don't know, like 5 or 10 Ziploc baggies that are like little ones. You just like squat down, get them from under the counter. So here I have botanical interests, bachelor button, blue boy. Wow, that looks like a really cool flower. And this one has already been opened. Do you know that on the inside of botanical interest seed packets, they have all kinds of other information about the plant that you can't see unless you completely empty all of the seeds out of the bag into another bag and then like carefully rip it open without ripping the information and then read the information? I'm not going to do that to this package, which says it has 2 grams of seeds. And I'm not sure how many seeds 2 grams of seeds of bachelor's buttons is, but I'm sure it's quite a bit. It looks like quite a bit. So I'm going to look at the other seed packages I have. Oh no, Rudbeckia, black-eyed Susan. You know, I collected seed pods from a Rudbeckia species that I'm pretty sure was a black-eyed Susan, but might have been another Rudbeckia when I was in Reno 2 months ago. And I haven't even been able to upload the videos of that because of our repeated power outages and internet outages. Packed for 2017. Rudbeckia and the Asteraceae family. What else is in here? I'm just going to really quickly take out all of the seed packages from botanical interests and look at them. Cottage Pinks, Rainbow Loveliness, Dianthus X Hybridus. Hybridus?
I'm gonna run out.
Hybrid? Bachelor's Button Classic Romantic. Great. Lovely. Another Bachelor's Button. Cosmos Bright Lights Blend. I'm not reading all these long scientific names. Lupinus Nanus. Lupine Pixie Delight. I guess I read the scientific name on that one. They printed this one like right over the picture. Excuse me. Penstemon Palmeri. Penstemon? Yeah, I think it says Penstemon. Does that say Penstemon? I'm losing vision in one of my eyes because I have a rare eye condition. And this one is the one I will not be planting with Evelyn. Digitalis purpurea. Biennial, shade to partial sun. Blooms spring to summer. 3 to 5 tall. Heirloom, tall, dramatic spires. Provides striking color and height to your shade garden. A stunning cut flower, deer resistant with an exclamation point. I wonder why. Caution, all parts of this plant are poisonous. Okay, so a few years ago, I attempted to go to a hospital to get a tumor that I still have diagnosed. And while I was in the emergency room, they put me in a room where one patient is in one side of the room and another patient is in another side of the room, and they're divided by a curtain, and there was an elderly lady in that other side of the room, and the curtain was partially open. When the doctor or nurse or whoever he is waltzes in and he says, all right, so we're going to give you a medicine called Digitalis. And she says, what? And he says, we're going to give you a medicine called Digitalis. And she says, well, what is that? What is the difference between that and the medicines that you have given me the other hundreds of times I've been in the ER for my heart condition? And the doctor said, oh, it's just a medicine we give people in the ER for heart attack. And she said, what? And he said, it's just a medicine we give people in the ER for heart conditions or heart attacks. And she said, oh, okay, well, I guess you can give it to me. He waltzes out, and I said, okay, so there's this plant called Digitalis purpurea, and in the times of the ancient Greeks and the ancient Romans, they knew that the tiniest little microscopic piece of this plant could stop certain types of heart arrhythmia and cure certain heart attacks. And it should be given very cautiously, only when you're given the right dosage for your specific type of arrhythmia or your specific type of heart attack. And the ancient Romans and ancient Greeks knew this. It's like one of the oldest herbal medicines known to man. And they grow a species of it that has like a standardized variety of digitalis in it on farms commercially to make the medicine that the doctor is about to give you. And this lady looked at me and she said, wow, are you a doctor? And I said, no, I'm a YouTuber. So here we have Foxglove, Digitalis purpurea. And I have another package of Foxglove from another company here. So I'm going to open this package because it's already been opened. And I am going to dump the seeds, however many may be left, because I'm not sure how many someone dumped out of this before they gave it to me, into this bag. And then I'm going to read to you what it says on the inside of this package. And I'm going to have to record another video opening these beige seed packets and reading them to you, because my new phone apparently has a worse battery than my old phone, and it is like dying. Oh no, there's still more foxglove seeds in this. They're very tiny, like a little bit bigger than a standard grain of sand. Are they all? No, they're not all out. I'm sorry, I don't want random foxglove plants growing in like my house plants that I just bought. Oh my God, there's still like 2 little seeds in there. All right, I'm gonna very, very carefully rip this open. And I don't really want to touch foxglove seeds with my bare hands. And it smells funky. So I'm going to very carefully read this. Establishing a naturalized or wildflower area. Oh yeah, you want to just establish a naturalized area of foxglove in the wild. Family. Plantagenaceae. Firmly Scuffleraceae. Scuffleraceae. Plantain family includes Stacy, Amaria. This is very, very, very tiny. Plumbago, Snapdragon, Pensamon, Veronica, and Toadflax, native Europe. The smell is making me dizzy. Wow. The drug digitalis is a strong cardiac. I'm reading this off of the other information section. The smell of this package is making me dizzy. And certain people, especially people with heart palpitations like me, have had reactions to the smell of foxglove, especially when weeding it in the heat or touching it barehanded. And I feel like I am getting a whiff and smelling it and feeling a little bit unwell right now. So I'm going to really quickly read you. It says family, native hardiness, plant dimensions, flower color and size, bloom season and duration, when to sow, special sowing instructions, optimal growing conditions, special uses, and they say shade garden plant, cut flower, background plant. Then it says other information. The drug digitalis, a strong cardiac stimulant, comes from this plant. The drug is too dangerous to be used by the amateur, lethal side effects, in parentheses, and is prescribed by doctors. Since foxglove grows well in soils containing coal, coal fields in Russia were discovered from the air by observing masses of foxglove. The genus name digitalis probably came from the fact that the flowers look like fingers. Foxglove derives its common name from the shape of the flowers, sorry for misspeaking, resembling the sniped off fingers of a glove. Interesting. I'll tell you what I heard about that in a moment. There is a legend that bad fates give those blossoms to the fox, that he might put them on his toes to soften his tread when he plowed along the roots. Okay. I was told it was because children would put the flowers of, where is it? The white variety of foxglove. I have seed packets of it in here, on their fingers, because it would make their fingers look like they had fox fingers. But if they put them in their mouth, it could poison them. So I have a bunch of seed packages in this box. And I have some really, 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 really weird ones. Right here I have Digitalis purpurea alba, white foxglove. And these seed packets are 20 years old. And they look unopened, but they actually have been opened. The reason they look unopened is they were sealed with this glue that when you open them and you press them shut, it just like reseals perfectly. So really, really quickly, before I end this video, I'm gonna have to fold this seed package up and close it because the smell of it really, really is bothering me. And then I'm gonna do what I was gonna do when I said really, really quickly before I end this video. I'm gonna read you what alchemyworks.com wrote on their Digitalis purpurea alba seeds, white foxglove. And I'm not, because that's it.